Welcome back. It's Business Morning here on Channels Television. Let's start our conversation this morning with the creative. And I know a couple of days ago we did talk a little bit about um, interior design and some of the things. But today let's look at how those talents can actually become profits or business. We have someone who has done that here, the founder and chief executive officer of Vicky Heldon Group of Companies, Dr. Victory Njoku.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, so turning your talent into business, are there some steps that you should follow, or do you just follow your heart?
Okay, that's an interesting question. For creative, I believe that it has to do more with innate talents most times. So with that, once you have the conviction to start, you just go on with it. But then you have to understand that there are factors that govern this particular industry you're about to step into. So I mean, some people can afford the funds to go to school or something, but I mean, you have your phones online, you can search up for things and, come up with something that works with the business you want to go into, the creative business you want to dabble into. And moving forward, as you transcend from one level to another, you begin to hone your skills the right way.
But at some point, you do need to get educated,
Yeah,
something formal.
so that's the formal one. That's the education. So because for me, what happened with me was that, I mean, I'm using myself as an example now. I started with fashion
When you
first.
say fashion, is
Fashion
it
design.
sewing? Is it?
Yeah, fashion design. Yeah, sewing, making clothes. But then I didn't have the knowledge on how to go about it. So I just knew about designing. I could sketch and design and give it to a tailor to bring my design to reality. So moving forward, I decided to go into fashion school and all of that. And then the business grew into over 8 years, and I went into interior design. I went to interior design school as well. So so why I'm saying this is because some people don't have the funding to actually start up most times. I started my business with 25,000 naira. Yeah, so with that, you can't say that I had everything all sorted out. But then as you move, you make gradual steps and you improve yourself as well as your business too.
Okay, so as let me say, as a mother, you notice your child is good with sketching.
Yes.
So you, of course, encourage the child to continue with that. And then what else do you do, to push the child towards the area you see as the right path for that child?
Okay, the right path, because I tell parents now that they should look out for the talents that their children possess, because it's very important to train them from their formative years so they could understand. So doing that, you either put the child in a school. Let's say the child is good with music, piano, and all. You put him in a piano school, a music school. Get a tutor, a private tutor to groom that child in that line. And as the child proceeds, he will be able to become better and, hone his skills better as he grows, yes.
But in Nigeria, you still have to go through the primary, secondary, university, get a first degree.
Of course.
Before you're able to. Yeah. I wish there was a way that.
So my point there is that we should encourage more vocational. We should put that into curriculums. Put this the creative aspect of education into the school curriculum from the kindergarten. Because I stumbled on a video online where you had Chinese children learning all sort of skills from cooking, from sewing at a very, very tender age. I'm saying kids like 3 years old, 4 years old, you see them doing stuff with your hands. So with that, that child is going to develop over time. You understand? Yeah.
So let me ask you a direct question. You are an employer of labor.
Oh, yes, I am.
So if someone comes to you without a university degree,
yes,
you are in the creative and says, oh, I can do this. How much chance does the person have in your company?
Okay, for me, I always tell people that sometimes these talents are innate. So I like to give people a try. So when I give you a try, I'm in the design industry. I'm a creative. So I have I've employed someone before who has so much passion for interior design. I mean, she could transform a space into anything. But then if I was just looking at so now I look at you, I see where your strength is, and I see how we can develop it to become better. So it's about giving someone a chance. So when you find out that this person is actually gifted, even without education, you put that person through, and moving forward, you can decide to go into to educate himself better, to become better.
So you can
So,
employ someone without a university degree?
of course, why not? So yeah, I can.
Then the issue of interior design, how popular is it now? In Nigeria, do people really employ people to come and,
Oh
decorate
yes,
the homes?
of course. I'd say it's a niche on its own. It's a market on its own, because interior design is not cheap. So it's just like you having an idea and then saying, okay, I don't want to do it myself. I want to get someone in. I want to employ someone in to come do it for me. It's like you're paying for a service. So if you want to pay for that service, you're going to hand over everything that has to do with your space to that person, and it's sorted. But for me, I feel like because it's not a job that it's not like it's like giving someone your space, handing over your space and your idea, someone bringing your idea to reality. That's what it is. So you can decide to do it yourself, it's fine. You can decide to give it to someone, it's okay too. But it's become very, it's growing. It's a growing industry.
It's an elitist sector now.
According to what they say. I don't know what that means, but maybe that's what it is.
Because it's only the very rich that can actually do that at this time in Nigeria.
I wouldn't say very rich. So let's say, yeah, maybe middle class. Yeah, middle class to elite. Yeah, that's where it comes from. Yeah.
Okay, so what do you see as the future, for that sector? As you have said, it's catching on. It's not really there yet.
Yeah, it's growing, and there are a lot of factors that affect this industry, especially the creative industry in general. There's so much. You have funding, you have all of that. You have intellectual property protection rights.
There's a problem there too.
Oh, of course, because some people have. I see. This industry is really broad, so it depends on where you want to look at it from. So someone can have a design design in his website or something, and then you go copy it, color for color, style for style, and all of that. I mean, that calls for some form of questioning and all that, so at some point. But then in our industry, it's not really, they don't really take it so seriously. So we just look at it like it's challenging because you have to do with artisans, skilled workers, and all of that. You have to keep training. So it's an industry that you have to keep working, training, developing, and trying to get into trends, all of that. You have to, it's a continuous process.
Are there ways to protect your ideas?
Yeah, that's where I'm coming from now. What people mostly do is
because if you put it in the open, most likely somebody will see it and maybe change one or two colors, but it's still.
Exactly. So my point is, I just tell people the world is big enough. The sky is big enough for everyone to explore and succeed. Someone can inspire you. You can get inspired from something, and in the creative world, it's more of inspiration. That's where they target to. So they wouldn't say, I copied this for this, You just said, someone inspired me. So maybe you can give credit to that person or that designer who inspired you. I think in the world of architecture, we find out a lot too as well. There's this woman, she's late now, Hadid Zahid. She was a very, very top architectural designer. A lot of her works, a lot of architects has actually copied some of her designs and infused theirs as well. And they always put it that this was inspired by, Hadid has it. So it's something that, it's a free world.
But you guys have an association because
there is IDAN, there is Interior Designers Association of Nigeria. There is, but I feel like with those associations and it builds collaboration more. It strengthens the industry. That's what I feel. And then in terms of funding, and because creatives rarely get funding in this part of the world, access to funding. So my own take is that financial institutions like banks and other financial platforms can come together to synergize to see how they can raise funds for industries, for the creative industry.
But they will ask you why. I mean, we have agriculture,
Oh,
which seems
yeah.
to be more dire this
Oh,
time.
please. I mean, over the years, let's say for the GDP of the nation, I think in 2022, it was stated that the creative industry generated over $5.6 billion. I mean, which was coming from motion picture, film, music, and design as well. The world of design, fashion, interior design, and all of that. And by 2027, they're projecting over 20 billion. Then by 2030, we should be like 100 billion or even more. So, I mean, it's a viable, it's a viable sector at the end of the day, looking at it.
All right. Thank you so much,
Yeah, thank
Dr.
you,
Victory Njoku, founder
Yes.
and chief executive officer of Vicky Heathen Group of Companies.
Yes, thank
I hope you give me some of your ideas to
I
decorate my
will.
house.
Of course, I will. For free. Don't worry.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, too. Thank you.